Hey guys out there, this is Seto Kaiba from your Yu-Gi-Oh chat channel. And I'm sorry guys, I'm really tired, it's late at night. And before I go to bed, I'm going to do my deck profile of my Herald of Perfection deck, which I've been asked to do. Now, I know a guy topped 32 with Herald of Perfection up in Toronto this past weekend, which was awesome, and I think I'm just good to see some type of Agent Herald build come back like the good old days. But my build's a little bit different than his, a little bit different. I have some cards. Also, the extra deck is missing 2 cards because I have not got my Blaster or Title 10 yet, so I'm still missing my Cataster and Gaga Cowboy. But besides that, everything else is there already. I got the stuff from Judgment of the Light. I want it for the deck and whatnot, so that's all good. But for the most part, this deck is complete for this format so far, but it still needs a couple things, like I said, Catasta, Cowboy, stuff like that from the 10. But let's get started. I've changed this deck a lot since the last time I profiled it about 3 months ago because of the format, but I'll go over all that stuff when I profile. So let's get started, guys. So, this is Herald of Perfection. So first off, we got your 3 Herald of Perfection. You still want to run 3. If you get 1 in hand, it can be fodder for the other Herald of Perfection. And because you're running 3 Manjis, you know, all that jazz, but definitely 3 Herald of Perfection. No more, no less. Your 3 shining balls, because you're running the Agent engine, it can be fodder to make Gotchi Herald of Pure Light, which is actually a good card, or you can use it to just for Herald of Perfection over here. Oop. Next up, I know the guy in Toronto ran 2. I've been trying to, but every time I take it, when I play testing it, even last format, I was thinking about taking out 1 and having it 2. But every time I wanted to do that, I actually wanted to run it at 3. Run it at 3 again because it was just too good. It was helping me out. And because she's back, we're going to run 3 of her. Because I do have a lot of agents I can search for. It's more also likely I can get a big tuning monster out too. But I'm playtesting at 3. I may go back down to 2. But then I want to say, well, let's keep it at 3. So I'm bouncing back and forth between 3 and 2. Right now it's 3, and for right now it looks like I'm going to keep 3 Agents of Earths. It's better than running 3 Guakis, so that's what I think of. Your 3 Manjis of 10,000 hands. It's your ritual card. You normal, it flips up. You get ritual monsters. It's just a good card in general to search out for your other pieces to make Herald. 2 Jupiter. Jupiter is just good. He actually gets over stuff, but he's good. He's good fodder for Hyperion because you run 2 Hyperion and all that stuff. 2 Agent of Creation. I know the guy in Toronto ran 3. I don't know why the heck you would run 3 unless you're trying to build like a tuning version of the deck. But the fact is, you can go for Gotchi, Herald of Perfection, or if you got Valhalla, you can go pretty much this. You can go special summon creation, special summon the shining balls, normal summon earth, tune up, and go from there. So with Valhalla, it makes the deck that much more versatile because earth is back. 2 Master Hyperions. The reason why is because I find 3. It may sound stupid because we all can agree Master Hyperion is a great boss monster, but 2 is good enough because there's too many boss monsters in this deck. 2 Archlord Christia. I bumped it up to 2. I took Thesis out. I know the guy in Toronto ran it, but Thesis is good if you can get that engine running, but he's running the trans modifiers, and I don't have trans modifiers, so I can't do that. So I run just the old build with the 2 Archlord Christia because that is just good. And you get Christia, and then you get, Herald of Perfection out. They really can't do that much. 2 Guakis. 3 is too much. 2 is good enough because you're running 2 Advanced Ritual Art. If we were in the OCG, I would run 3 because Advanced Ritual Art is at 3. Dang you, OCG. Dang you, dang you. 2 Heraldics. If you guys haven't seen my agents before, you understand more because Heraldic searches out one of my key spell cards in the deck, which is Valhalla the Fallen. Pretty much this means that Guaki is not dead. So if I get Guaki in hand and I have Valhalla, I can special summon her in defense mode. If I have Gotchi on the field still, she becomes a 22 beat stick. So she's not just a dead card for advanced ritual art or just for fodder, you know, for Orange of Light, stuff like that. She has more versatile uses than she would normally have. Also, it makes you able to special summon Master Hyperion, stuff like that. Go for Valhalla, you can do like what I said before. You summon the creation of Earth. You special summon Venus. Then you normal summon your creation of Earth. Then you make your tuning plays or synchros, whatever you want to do. Also, with these other cards I'm going to show you, it really comes in handy, Valhalla. So just keep that in mind. And these two, I want to bump it down to 1, but every time I do, I really want to bump it back to 2 because it's just that helpful with this deck. Valhalla is so key. People really, they'll MST something else, thinking Valhalla is not that big of a problem, and then midway through the duel, they're like, oh dang, this is a problem, because he's just special summoning big beat sticks. But yeah, works out well. One Honest. One of my little tech cards here. You probably have never seen this card, but this is Athena. Athena is, I think, from, I can't remember when, but she came out a while back, and pretty much Athena's effect is this. If I could special summon Athena with Valhalla on the field, okay? So that works out perfectly. I can just go, bam, Athena, normal summon another monster, so you kind of can swarm. But the great thing is, if Herald of Perfection died earlier in the duel, and I have Athena and I special summon her out, I can discard one fairy type monster from my hand. I think it is. Is that right? Discard one fairy type monster. Yep. I can send one fairy type monster from my hand to the graveyard to special summon a level a fairy type monster from my graveyard back. So if I can discard like a Shining Ball, get Herald of Perfection back if it died. Plus, when monsters are normal or special summon, when Athena's on the field, your opponent takes 600 damage. So I've really gone with, you know, getting her out, going Shining Balls, and I've actually finished my opponent for game that way. Or she's literally won me games just by that secondary effect that you would underestimate. It's kind of like Gaga Cowboy. You know, Gaga Cowboy wins games, Athena wins games for me too. So she's very handy. I would say look into it. She's very useful, believe me. One Marshmallow. Just comes in handy. The 1,000 life point damage is good. I was going to run the other fairy type monster, but Marshmallow works in just as good. And then, like before, I told you, you have 3 Valhalla the Fallens. Your 2 events ritual art. You just need 2. If it ever comes back to 3 in the TCG, we'll run 3. 1 Dark Hole. 1 Book of Moon. Staples. 1 creature swap for my little Tekken. Because you have Guakis, because you have Shining Balls, because you have Earth, say, I go Earth, I creature swap whatever monster they have. It's very useful in this deck. Enemy control I tried out, but at the end, creature swap was actually doing more work. So 1 creature swap is my little fun card in that deck. And finally, 3 Royal Decrees. I know traps are not, there's people saying, well, traps are a big thing. Traps this format, you know, people are going to use more traps, but they're not necessarily super good traps. So for right now, I'm running 3 Royal Decrees. Usually, you know, if you don't want to run the Royal Decrees, you can run these good traps here, which I usually run. Mirror Force, Compulse, and Bottomless. That's what I run in place. Say game 1, you know, I may play this game 1. If I notice they have a little bit more trap heavy, I'll just take these 3 out and put in the Royal Decrees. But right now, I'm just maining them for right now, just to see how it works out and everything. Extra deck, pretty simple. Like I said, it's not completely. 1 Herald of the Pure Light from Judgment. 1 Gotchi, 1 Number 39, 1 Abyss Dweller, 1 Psychic Behemoth that came out in Judgment of the Light, 1 Maestro, 1 Pappy, 1 Magical Android, that's probably going to get replaced with Catastor, 1 C39 Utopia Ray, 1 Heroic Excalibur, and 1 Geminite Pearl. So guys, that is the Herald of Perfection deck. I hope you guys enjoyed it very much. Like I said, the extra deck's not complete, but I hope you guys like Herald of Perfection. You know, he's such a good card. He says no to everything. He negates everything. He's a boss. You know, what more can we say about it? And I'm happy agents are back too. But till next time, everybody, take care, have fun out there, and I hope you like this deck, man. It's a really fun deck to play, and I'm so happy I've been playing this deck for the longest time. But take care, everybody. Seto Kaiba, I'm out of here.